your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, good evening to you. Depending upon where you are, it is starting to really feel much cooler and less humid. Gibson City would be one of those places as cold front passing through here as we speak, and you're going to really be surprised how cool things are going to feel by tomorrow morning. We're here to tell you just how cool it's going to be. As a weak front passes through the area, more than anything, it's dropping the temperatures and, more importantly, the humidity. We're actually going to see temperatures plummeting tonight down to the 60s. And we're talking 50s tomorrow morning. We'll show you more about it coming up. WCIA3 News starts right now.
Now from WCIA3 News.
Most of the people that come in my shop kind of feel the same way.
It's a no to wearing a mask. Why, despite the case increase, they're not going to follow the rules.
It has a deep-seated meaning for me.
It's been an iconic symbol of this central Illinois village for more than half a century when this is blasting off. And they're the talk of central Illinois. Buffalo breaking out and roaming the area. But are they all back home?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA3 News at 6.
They appreciate that I don't require it.
But health department leaders say they should. Some businesses in Charleston are openly defying the state's mask mandate. Meanwhile, COVID-19 cases in Coles County keep growing. Good evening, I'm Jennifer Roscoe. Today, there are nearly 2,000 cases there. Just a week ago, there were fewer than 900. WCIA3's Courtney Bunting live in our newsroom. So, Courtney, what do they think is causing the spike?
Well, Jennifer, I talked to public health leaders, and they say it's a mixture. Administrator Diana Stinger feels it's mostly tied to breaking mandates. For example, people gathering in groups larger than 50, as well as not wearing masks or social distancing.
Most of the people that come in my shop kind of feel the same way. They're tired of the masks and all of it.
But state guidelines require it. Still, in Coles County, you'll see people taking a stand against it. Like the corner store flea market owner, Anthony Livingston.
I'm a Christian. I walk in faith, and I God is stronger than any virus. I don't believe that I would even carry it.
Livingston says he's fine with people wearing masks inside, but he won't tell them to put it on. It's that mentality that public health leaders feel may be partially to blame for an uptick in COVID-19 cases. Coles County has 1,096 right now. That's 61 more than just 2 days ago. Part of that is 115 cases between EIU faculty and staff.
I think it has to do with the large influx of students coming back to Eastern.
Austin Neal feels there are a lot of things leading to the spike.
I've heard the words plandemic more times than I care to hear. I feel like people, the businesses, are just trying to cater to the people that are coming in.
But Livingston says he has no intention of making a change.
It's freedom in here, just whatever you want to do. There's just so much going on in the world right now, and I'm letting people make their own choice.
Public health leaders say they are in touch with businesses that don't enforce mask wearing. But if those businesses continue to not follow guidelines, that's when the state's attorney's office will then handle it. And as we mentioned earlier, those 115 cases at EIU, those are actually between students, faculty, and staff all combined. Reporting live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA3, your local news leader.
Courtney, thank you so much. Now, for some perspective, Coles County's population is about 50,000. And as we told you, they have nearly 2,000 cases. On the other hand, take a look. Macon County has a little more than 100,000 people, but only has 1,000 cases. McLean County continues to see a major increase in cases. Over the last 7 days, the rolling positivity rate there is 10.5%. There are now more than 2,000 cases, 99 of those coming new today. 8 people are hospitalized. 3 of those are in intensive care. In Champaign County, 3 people are in the hospital with the virus. That's up by 1. Public Health says there are 47 new cases. Statewide, there are almost 1,400 new positive cases. That makes about 240,000 now. 25 more people have died. Some of those were in Coles, Edgar, and Macon counties. Illinois has lost more than 8,100 people to COVID-19. The U of I is offering a new class to help understand the virus. It'll focus on different topics from the history of pandemics to how it's affecting higher education and the global impact. Almost every part of our lives has changed since March, and this class is designed to help us understand that.
The goal is to look at the COVID-19 pandemic in a 360-degree way. So to examine it from many, many different perspectives.
Faculty and staff will teach the classes. They'll be on Zoom once a week. Teachers will also answer questions at the end. The class is free for anyone to join. Just go to our website for a link to register. Illinois' unemployment benefits will get a little boost thanks to some new federal money. Weekly unemployment benefits will have an extra $300 stacked on them each week if you apply. That total replaces the $600 that used to be added to the benefits. The extra payment ended in July. The new total will still give some low-wage workers more on unemployment than they were already making on the job.
They'll be making as much money, or maybe more money than they would make in a job where they might be making minimum wage.
Governor Pritzker is skeptical of the new program, though. He says it's short-sighted since it takes money from the Federal Disaster Relief Fund. He thinks the money will dry up too quickly. For months, Illinois power companies weren't cutting off service if bills weren't paid on time. That was supposed to end September 1st. Most companies gave an extension. WCI3's Cole Hankey explains which ones didn't.
For months, the Citizens Utility Board worked to get protections for people during the pandemic. Utility companies weren't shutting off utilities all summer if bills weren't paid because for many out of work, they couldn't come up with the money.
We think that Illinois took a big step forward by passing some of the nation's strongest consumer protections. There are some very strong protections available for people. But, you know, the whole goal has to be to keep people connected.
The ban on shutting off utilities was supposed to end September 1st. Many of the private companies around Illinois voluntarily chose to extend it through September, though, but not the two biggest ones. ComEd and Ameren are choosing to only give their customers another week before the bills are due.
You know, we did not expect that, and that's why we're calling on all of the major utilities, including ComEd and Ameren, to extend that moratorium until September 30th and maybe even beyond.
The extension is supposed to give customers time to figure out a deferred payment plan with their utility company. While companies can start to shut off services if bills aren't paid, they are also required by the Illinois Commerce Commission to offer these payment plans. Customers are encouraged to call their utility providers to set up these plans. In a statement, the executive director of the ICC said that the ICC is continuing to monitor the situation and is working to help residents impacted by COVID-19 from losing access to life-saving utility services. The actual ban on utility shutoffs ended at the end of July. Power companies agreed to extend it as cases of COVID-19 continued to increase. Reporting in Springfield, I'm Cole Hankey, WCIA3, your local news leader.
The White House extended the eviction ban across the country through the end of the year. Governor Pritzker extended the ban in Illinois through September. He can only extend it 1 month at a time. Coach Lovie Smith's son has been arrested in Arizona. Michael Smith was taken into custody on a grand jury warrant in Tempe. He's facing several charges, including sex trafficking and getting earnings from a prostitute. We've reached out to the University of Illinois. There was no comment. Decatur police want your help tracking down a man wanted in connection to murder. 28-year-old Delon Amos is wanted for first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. Police say a warrant's been issued for Amos in connection to the death of Demetrius Macklin. It happened near the intersection of North Edward and West Grand August 26th. Another warrant was issued in connection with an attempted murder on North College the very next day. If you see him, call police or Crime Stoppers. He is considered armed and dangerous. Criminal charges could be on the way to members of one Central Illinois County board. What 4 of 6 members are accused of doing. And also tonight, they made buses late on the first day of school. So are the buffaloes that escaped back in their pen today.
And the front pushing through just west of Champaign right now. You can see some of the clouds from that front. But I think actually we might be able to squeeze out a nice sunset here before too long. A recap of today shows a warm 87. It won't be anywhere close to that number as we head into the day tomorrow. As cooler air rolls in, we'll show you how cool we're going to get. Nice Friday, and then I'll let you know what part of the weekend could see a little bit of rain when we come back.